Colleen Shanahan. I'm a local dog trainer in Ashland, Oregon at Doggone Fun Training and Behavior, and I also offer classes through the Ashland Parks Department. I thought the first video I would start with dog food toys. I think dog food toys should be a part of every dog's daily routine. I have a few of my favorites right here, so I'm going to demonstrate them now and show you how to use them, and then I'll have some dogs demonstrate them later. So the first dog toy, probably my favorite, is called a snuffle mat. Now this looks like a shag carpeting, and what you do is you take your dog's kibble and you distribute it throughout and try to bury it in the little fibers. Now one thing to remember is this is washable, so if you get it dirty you can throw it in the washing machine and you can also shake it out. This is great for mental enrichment for your dog or puppy, and also it's a good tool that I use when I'm working with behavior problems. For example, if there's a dog that likes to assault visitors when they come in your front door, do you know who I'm talking about? So you can have this set up in one part of the room away from the door and encourage your dog to feed off of this with special treats or kibbles. One of the treats I like to use are the Cadet Duck Jerky. They come in large pieces, and what you do is you break them up into small tiny pieces and you can bury them in the mat. This will keep a lot of dogs busy, and it'll tire out active dogs, and also it's a very calming activity. One thing to remember with food toys is they're not something that you just give to your dog and leave out all the time. If you have a chewer or you have a dog that is going to get bored after a while, this is a special treat, and remember to supervise. You can, once you have it stocked with food, you can roll it up and save it for later. Another food toy just fell on the floor. Another food toy I like is called the Licky Mat. Now the Licky Mat can be filled with peanut butter or dog food, in this case dog food, or yogurt, and put in the freezer to make it last longer. Now as you can see, I've spread this on the mat and I've gotten the food buried in all the little nooks and crannies in here. What I've done with this is I've put it in the freezer to make it last longer. So this is a really good tool that I use in my puppy classes for puppies that had trouble settling and that like to bark. It's amazing. I had a puppy barking for the first 3 weeks, and I pulled out the Licky Mat, and boy was that puppy quiet. That puppy spent about 15 minutes completely cleaning this and getting all of the food out of the nooks and crannies. Another one by the same company, this is called the Licky Mat Wobble, and it's basically a bowl with little nubs inside, and I have smeared this with canned dog food. So you can just take a little bit of dog food and smear it in here, and it takes them a little bit of time and it adds an extra dimension of fun with the wobble. So this is the Licky Mat Wobble. Another food toy that's great for dogs like border collies and dogs that need to be busy. I used to have a border collie mix, and I kept him busy at meal times by giving half of his food through this toy, and this is called a Dog Pyramid by Nina Ottosson. Nina Ottosson has a lot of my favorite toys, and they have different levels of challenges with their different toys. This comes in 2 sizes, one for large dogs, one for small, and it's weighted at the bottom, so when you put the food in for your dog, you put the food in through the hole here, and they have to knock it around on the floor to get the food out, like this. And in here I put treats, dry dog food, and Cheerios. So this is the Nina Ottosson Dog Pyramid. and the small size. Here's another Nina Ottosson dog food toy, which is a puzzle, and this one's called the Dog Twister. It's fairly easy to learn. All they need to learn is to move the puzzle pieces to the side to get the food underneath. And what I do ahead of time is I'll load it with food like this, all the way around, and then your puppy or dog will learn to move the puzzle pieces aside and get the food out of the chamber underneath. Once they have acquired this skill of moving them aside, then you can add an extra challenge by adding the bones to it. There's some little white bones that you put in the little slots, and it prevents the puzzle pieces from moving. So they have the extra added challenge of needing to lift these out so they can move the puzzle pieces. Now you can start with one or two, and as your dog gets good at it, you add the rest of the bones for an even better challenge. So this is called the Dog Twister by Nina Ottosson. And a couple of other toys, I really like these. These two are Kong toys. And this is a West Paw Zogoflex. So it's similar to a Kong. Most of you probably have a Kong for your dog that you put treats in. This is a little bit different from a Kong. It's a little easier, and you can put the wet food or the treats in here. I'll show you how to put wet food in here, just like that. And again, you can freeze it for the big chewers who really need extra things to do, because it'll slow them down and keep them occupied for a while. And this Kong toy, again, you can put peanut butter in here like this, and they'll spend a lot of time licking it. And then they have the little holes on the side over here for an extra challenge. So you can do peanut butter, kibbles, or dry treats mixed with some wet food for a good challenge. This is a similar one. It's larger, and it has slots on both sides of it. You can fill this. It's good for chewers and lickers. And again, I like to freeze these for the extra challenge and the fact that it takes longer to get the food out. And it keeps them busy, so you can do some other things while they're occupied. I also have this. This is called a dog treat maze. Now you put the treats in here, just like this, and there's a little maze inside, and the treat will either come out this side or out the other side. And they can knock this around on the floor to get the food out, and it's another activity for them. Here's another puzzle. Right here, there's some slots. You put some treats here, move the little pieces to the side, and again, they just learned how to move that. This one is a little more advanced. They have to learn to move the dial to open the lid to get the treats out. So if I put the treat in here, see, like that. And again, these are designed to be supervised, so you don't want to especially leave them with chewers. So all these toys can be used for your dog's meals. I recommend using at least half of your dog's food for food toys, because that's an opportunity for entertainment and tiring out your dog, so that you can not only give them a higher quality of life, but it can free you up to do some other things if it's a puppy. And another tool, another way to use these is for separation anxiety. You want to give your dog something to do when you're leaving the house. It helps with that, with alone training or separation anxiety. And with other behavior problems, you can use it for come when called. You might practice calling your dog and then putting one of these down as a special reward, and all kinds of things. I've used it with all kinds of different challenges to help the puppies calm down. So let me know if you have questions, and that ends this lesson, and I look forward to hearing from you.